Hood.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise before this body today, again, to speak on an individual that most of us have served with, Mr. Gino Polidori. And it's unfortunate that over the past 10 months, I've stood here this is my third time, from George Hart to Agnes Dabrowski, and now Gino Polidori, all from Dearborn. And I want to say a few words and read a little bit about Gino, who passed away Sunday. And like I said, a lot of you have served with Gino, and you know what type of individual Gino is and Gino was. And I'll read this. Gino Polidori, a man with a long history of leadership in Dearborn, including 22 years as fire chief, 2 terms on the Dearborn City Council, and 3 terms as a state representative. He passed away Sunday afternoon, losing a 12-year battle with prostate cancer. He was 72. Polidori attended Fortson High School, received his bachelor's degree from Wayne State University, and served in the United States Army from 1964 to 1966. He was Dearborn's fire chief from 1974 to 96, served on the city council from 97 to 2004, and served in the State House of Representatives 2005 to 2010. Polidori was also very active in several community organizations, including the Dearborn Allied War Veterans Council, Italian American Fraternal Club, Dearborn Pioneers Club, the Fortson Varsity Alumni Club, the American Legion Post 364, and the Dearborn Goodfellows, where he served as a former president. Gino is survived by his wife, Betty, his children, Gino Jr., Laura, and Rita, 5 grandchildren, his mother, Natalina, and his brothers, Anthony and Raymond. To give you a little information, his funeral will be at 11 a.m. on Friday at the St. Barbara Catholic Church, which is in Dearborn on Colson, and the visitation hours. We'll send out an email with this information on it, but to say a little personal piece about Gino, Gino was a very, very, very close friend of mine. Me representing a portion of Dearborn when he represented the other portion of Dearborn, he always kept me abreast of what was going on in Dearborn and advised me on how to vote, when to vote, and he would always be there for me whenever I needed him. Several situations that we walked into a room where I would call Gino up and say, "Hey, Gino, I need you to go to this meeting with me." And he says, "Well, what's going on?" I said, "I don't know what's going to happen at this meeting. I may need some backup." And he says, "Well, I got your back. I'll be there. What time you want me to be there?" And he would be there. And he says, "If they screw with you, they'll screw with me, and I'll get them." And Gino, just to tell the person that Gino was, he was always there, as many of you know. He was always there for you. He was just a stand-up guy, as they say, top shelf. And I lost a friend Sunday. I could go into my long talk about life as I stand before you again. Life's not promised, once again. And I'm going to keep telling you that because I think that's my purpose here. Well, one of my purposes here is to continue to tell you that and tell everybody that I come in contact with. Gino was a good man. And if any of you can make it down to the funeral on Friday, I know his family would appreciate it, to show the impact that he had not only on Dearborn, not on the state of Michigan, but the United States of America as he served and protected us. So with that, Madam President, I ask that my remarks be printed in the journal, and I ask for a moment of silence for a great dear friend to all of us, Gino Polidori.
Members, please rise for a moment of silence for our dear friend and former colleague, State Representative Gino Polidori.